Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Amy and I am a cruelty-free makeup enthusiast. So I'm feeling very green today. I'm doing another green look. Look at me. Green is actually my favorite color, so sometimes I can't stay away. I actually love this look I did today, and today that I'm filming this, it's actually Earth Day. So happy Earth Day, everyone. When you're watching this, the day would have already passed, but I hope everyone was celebrating Mother Earth by staying home and staying safe during this time. So this look, I have to tell you about it. I'm not affiliated in any kind of way, but this is the Beauty Crop Mojito palette. Can you just like, oh, look at it. I'm actually wearing the color Icy on the lid, and then I put Garish in the crease, and then I deepened up the outer V with Muddle, and then I put Lime, which is a pressed glitter, all over the lid on top. And usually I don't like pressed glitters at all, but this is actually a really good formula. There was no fallout. It adhered to my lid. It was like perfect. And then I did a little bit of white rum on the inner corner and a little bit on my cheekbone for highlight. So I had to share that with you, but this is actually a really good palette if you love greens. Anyway, let's get back to what we're here for. So let's go over the new makeup releases. And so I'm just gonna open up my friend Trendmood. There are a couple ones that aren't on Trendmood that I still wanna talk about. So let's just get started and I will share my lovely thoughts with you. So the new Aether Beauty Joshua Tree palette looks so beautiful. So this is an all matte palette, 12 shades, and it has coconut oil, shea butter, hemp seed oil, and real citrine gemstones are infused in it. So it's supposed to be all inspired by Joshua Tree out in the West, and the colors are like, the colors are earthy, but they're beautiful. And I love that there's, you know, greens, and there's purple and red, and there's a matte brown and a matte black, and it just, I love Aether Beauty so much. I'm affiliated with them, so I'll link my info down below if you ever want to get a discount. I just think they're such a cool company that's so good for the environment, and everything, including their packaging, is recyclable. It's completely vegan, cruelty-free, all natural kind of stuff, clean beauty. So I really like it. I do want to get my hands on this. It does look really pretty. But yeah, I love supporting ethical companies. So that looks really pretty. If I was able to get my hands on it, I would, for sure. So let's go to our friend Trendmood. Did I ever tell you the story that Trendmood reposted one of my photos one time? I don't know if I ever did. That was over a year ago. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was a while ago. Back when Wet n Wild was still cruelty-free, they had released their, I think it was called their Pump line with Cassie Ho is her name? She's like a Bloglotties there, and they had done like a whole workout kind of collection, like workout friendly, post-workout friendly makeup, and no one had like released it yet. And so there was a CVS by me that had like put out all the displays like way earlier than I think they were supposed to. So I snapped photos because I'm like, I've never heard of any of this. And a bunch of people tagged her. She reached out to me. She reposted my photo. Like my photo got like 50 likes because I've, you know, no followers on Instagram, but she reposted it and it got like thousands and thousands of likes on Trendmood. Anyway, so that's my experience with Trendmood. She was very nice, though, when she reached out to me. So anyway, going back to these releases, what is new that I want to talk about? Oh, so Beauty Bakery has these brushes that just came out, and the handles of the brushes are like a spatula and like a whisk and a spoon and a knife, and like that's cute. That's very on brand from them. It's called the Ice Cream Paint Job. That's actually kind of cute. And it does come in an apron brush roll case. Very on brand for them. That's very cute. That's so funny. You know, when I see these things with not very storage friendly handles, I wonder where you're supposed to store them and how do you store them? Like, do you just store them in the brush roll and only use it when it's in the brush roll, because I feel like if I were to use, so see, like all my eye brushes are in this little planter thing from Ikea. And so if I had anything that was like too weird, that wasn't like round at the bottom, how do you store those? They can't stand upright. I feel like that would be frustrating. Like that's a pet peeve of mine, and I don't know what I would do with something like that, unless it's like it's a novelty. That's what it is. It's a novelty. I wonder how good the brushes actually are, but the concept is cute, but I would definitely not spend my money on it, but it's cute. So Oprah has a new collection called Glitch 2000, and there's something called the Glitch eyeshadow palette, which looks like it's all shimmers. They look like they're a baked formula, like they're highlighter formula. Those are really pretty. From what I can tell, it looks like there's a gray and a blue, maybe a taupe, and a peach. There's a cerulean blue, guys. Do you know what I think of when I think of cerulean? Here's a little film. Let's do film trivia. What about cerulean blue? I don't know if I would use like an all shimmer palette like that. I have an all shimmer palette. That's actually one of my Aether Beauty, the Crystal Gemstone palette is all shimmer. And I actually, I like it. I always need like mattes to incorporate with my look. I'm not just a straight shimmer kind of girl. So Milk Makeup has made some new additions to their Kush family. There is the Kush Triple, which is a brown pen. Wow, I can't see that. Brow pen. So you're supposed to get like a feathery look with these. I kind of like the way that looks. It has like these little feather markings in it that you can actually kind of just draw upon the brow, and you get interesting swipes with it. I'm interested to know how easy that works. It's supposed to be sheer buildable and create the appearance of individual hairs, and it's supposed to be water resistant. And it has aloe vera. I wonder how easy that beats. 22 bucks. I actually have tried a couple things from the Milk Makeup Kush line. I love the mascara. I started using the mascara over a month ago, and it's now become like one of my favorites. I actually have the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Gel, like the brow gel, and I do like that. You just have to be really careful with it though, because if you don't go in with a light hand, you're gonna stain like around the eyebrow. Maybe when I run out of my eyebrow stuff, something to keep in mind. Pure has now joined the CBD craze. So they have a whole collection, it looks like. And from the image, it appears that it was probably all on an Ulta, like little flyer that went out in the mail, which I know Ulta tends to like hint things or show things before they're supposed to be released. But it looks like there's lip balms and mist and what else is here? Skin Haze highlighter, facial setting spray, eye cream, serum / primer. Interesting. They're all around like the $20 to $39 range. I've tried Pure's skincare before, and it's actually not bad. It's pretty decent. I feel like no one really talks about Pure too much, but they're actually a pretty decent brand. They just have hits and misses, you know? I don't know how I feel about everything being infused with CBD. Like, I'm wondering if it's just a selling point at this point, or is it really working? And now, believe me, I have used a CBD lotion, and that is actually really, really nice. Like, it can really help soothe sore muscles that I've found. But I don't know, like, on your lips and stuff, does it really make a difference? Does anyone know? Can you comment down below? I'm very interested in hearing what you have to say. So speaking of CBD and cannabis-derived things, let's talk about the Melt Cosmetics 420 collection. This is in addition to their Smoke Sessions palette that they've previously made. So these colors are actually really, really pretty that are in the palette. Like, there are some really, really lovely like yellows and greens, and I think there's almost like a chartreusey kind of shade in there, and there's a little bit of brown, and they're all matte except for one shimmer. And I do love mattes, don't get me wrong. Melt has like some really good formulas in their eyeshadow, and sometimes a little bit harder to work with. It's like, in particularly, like my Gemini palette was a little bit more difficult for me to work with. The color story in this palette seems like it has a little bit of Gemini inspired, a little bit of Smoke Sessions inspired, and then even with their most recent palette that I had picked up and did a review on, their Rust palette, I feel like there's just like these little hints of these other palettes in there. So for that reason, I personally wouldn't pick this up. Again, if this somehow found its way to me, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd love to try it because the colors are actually really, really pretty. But I think it's just too redundant in my collection, but I do love the color story. What I really do want is the gel eyeliner. These are their ultra matte gel eyeliners. They're fantastic. I have one of them, but they have one that's an olive green shade. And guys, listen, I'm wearing all green. I'm wearing all green and I want an olive green matte gel liner. I don't own one. How do I not own one? But the color looks so pretty. Oh, if one came my way, I would be so happy. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Essence now has a Bronzed This Way collection. So there's a bunch of products in here. There's like a palette, there's a baked bronzy blush, which looks really, really pretty. I love the tones in it. And then there's a matte bronzer. And the eyeshadow palette actually looks very pretty, but it's, you know, a warm neutral palette, which I have a ton of those. And another matte bronzer, I have a bunch of those too, but the blush actually looks super pretty. It's definitely a baked formula for sure. And I love kind of how it has these different imprint, like there's a little bit of pink and there's almost like a taupe and a little bit of a gold, a little bit of a champagne in there all mixed together might actually be quite pretty. What I think is really nice though is that Essence puts out these curated collections for a fairly reasonable price. So if you're someone who maybe wants to have a nice bronzy look for the summer and you're in the market for something that looks like this, that might be a really good option for you. It's definitely not for me, but I think it's really cute. ColourPop actually did make a release during the quarantine. So because they're located in California, they are actually unable to ship any orders right now. So if you buy online from them, you won't get your order for quite some time. So we're not sure until everything's over, but this is actually in collaboration with Ulta. So this was in the works like months in advance. I think they even said like last fall they were in talks about it. So because this is exclusively through Ulta, you can still order online through them. And it comes with 2 eyeshadow palettes. So there's the She's Got Solstice, and then there's also the All Things eyeshadow palette. There's more of like a warmer tone palette and a cooler tone palette. The cooler tone palette definitely has these kind of, you know, purples in there, and the warmer tone one has some pretty green and it looks like peaches. Like, they're pretty. A ColourPop is always pretty. Let's not get that wrong there. I always love their formula, so I'm sure the formula is wonderful. But I'm not really drawn to anything this collection. I feel like there's nothing terribly special about it. Oh, ColourPop. I just know that I don't need this. Charlotte Tilbury has these new products out. It's an extension of her like magic cream. So now there's a magic serum, a magic lip oil, and a magic cream light. So it's lighter, probably thinner than the original. Oh my God, the serum is $80. I bet you it's fantastic though. So my friend Gigi Marie, who I happen to work with as well, but we love talking about Charlotte Tilbury's products because they're so bougie, but they're so nice too. Like, I always feel so like luxurious and old Hollywood glam when I use her products. So she has this serum that's supposed to be, supercharged secret to your skin's best future, a clinically proven hydrating serum for youthful looking skin. So yeah, it's $80 for 30 ml. And I don't know, Gina always tells me that the magic cream is fantastic. She says, oh my God, I hate that I love it so much because it's so expensive. I wonder if the serum's really good. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on it. I don't mind splurging a little bit more on skincare because I feel like it's more of an investment, you know. When I see makeup that much money, I'm like, oh, heck no. But I'm interested in this. Like if I were to ever get a gift card or something, the lip oil is $40. A lip oil for 40 bucks. I would not pick that up. No. And my lips, like I have severely, like you could probably tell, I have severely chapped lips. It's been a struggle my whole life. You know, with anxiety, I've always like picked at them. I know that's kind of weird, but I've like done it my whole life. $40. And then the Eye Rescue Cream is $60. It's supposed to brighten the appearance of dark circles up to 21% in just 8 weeks. Oh, so much money. Now, Hourglass's Veil line has actually added new members to their family. They also have an eye primer and a setting spray. And I love a good eye primer. I think eye primer is wonderful. I really, despite all the other ones I've tried, I think my favorite is still the Primer Potion from Urban Decay, especially the anti-aging one. I like that one a lot. I used it today. And this primer, Hourglass is pretty pricey. It doesn't have a price here. Yeah, so the eye primer is $28. That's kind of expensive, isn't it? I don't know. I think I'm happy with the one I have. Like, I'm not like excited by eye primer. I wouldn't say that gets me like going, you know, like I'm interested in it. And then the setting spray actually goes for $54. It's oil-free, has sunscreen in it. It's supposed to blur the lines, watch redness, pores, fine lines, and wrinkles fade away. I would love for that to happen. I mean, a good setting spray can really help, especially if you have a lot of powder products on. It really just kind of takes that powderiness and cakiness away. If it can blur lines, if it can make me look younger, that would be really nice, or make my pores look smaller. So Lady Gaga now has lip glosses. They're called Le Riot Lip Gloss. And they come in all these really pretty colors. Like there's an icy blue, looks like there's a peach, a black, a purple, a rosy tone. There's something about Haus Labs that just doesn't excite me. And I feel bad saying that because, I mean, those colors are really beautiful and it looks really pretty on her too. It looks like they've added more lip liners, I think. Yeah, they have lip liners too. And you have to pre-order them online through Amazon, which just kind of annoys me. I'm not one of those people who are like, pick at Amazon, although the way that they are kind of treating workers during this time is kind of awful. You know, forced working conditions, that kind of stuff. I don't even want to get into it, but that whole thing just kind of turns me off. I hate to say never. I never want to say never because, you know, even if you boycott, you hope that something changes, right? So I don't want to just like hate on it just to hate on it. And I'm not really hating on it, but I just feel like uninspired to support the company, if that makes sense. Now let's talk about stuff I do want to support and really get my paws on. And these are the Cutie palettes from Nabla. Most of them have like 2 to 3 mattes and then the rest are shimmers. Oh my God, they're so pretty. So there's the Metropolitan one, which is super pretty. It has this like bright coral shade in it. And then there's the Wildberry, which I think is my favorite one. Oh, that color Venom looks so purpley goodness. And then there's Platinum, which is more of a neutral palette. But again, there is a pure silver in that one. That looks so pretty. And they also came out with lip colors that go along with the collection. I just think this is so well thought out. They're $24 each, which isn't terrible. The longwear stylos are $18. I'm not in the market for any new lip products right now. I have too many. But these I wish I could get my hands on these palettes. They're already available at Ulta. I saw them. I was stalking Ulta's new releases because I'm like not buying anything right now. So, girl could dream. Yeah, so Nabla's formula is, again, so good. I just think they're fantastic. I love what they always come out with. Everything's always really interesting, and my love for them is real. Hint, If you ever want to order stuff directly from their website, because they are an Italian brand, make sure to order it with a friend so you can get free shipping. So you can double your order together, get free shipping if you're not ordering from Ulta. Just a little hint there. Lauren from Little Blushing Birdie and I did that, and we went ham like last Black Friday. She was up at 7 in the morning texting me like, I'm ready to make the order, and we had a field day with that. Give Me Glow has a new palette. This is the Extra Spicy palette, which funny enough, this kind of reminds me of the Spicy Bitch palette that Tarte came out with not too long ago. So remember they had their Icy Bitch, but then they did a Spicy Bitch, which was like pure pigments, very warm toned, and they had like little peppers decorating the palette, which I thought was actually kind of cute. This kind of reminds me of it. There's like a gold and like a bronze. I'm like, I think I was watching someone where they said not every palette needs a gold and a bronze, because I feel like everyone already has those colors. I would have liked to see more variation maybe of just warm tones or all shades of peppers, because peppers can be green as well. So they come in all different kinds of colors. So I would have loved to have seen a little bit more variation than just kind of the red and then the gold kind of thing. And I feel like you don't need that mild shade. The mild shade just looks like a cream color, which I don't think peppers come in, if I'm not mistaken. Chantecaille. Now, I don't know about Chantecaille, if they're really cruelty-free or not. Like, some people say they are, some people, they're not on Logical Harmony's list, I think, so I'm always like, I don't know. They claim they're cruelty-free. They're a very expensive, luxurious brand, and they actually do a lot of stuff for animal charities, so I would hope that they really are. But I do want to talk about their CBD cream. So they came out with a 300 face and body cream, CBD 300 face and body cream. So it has soothing benefits of CBD, and it has eggplant stem cell extract. It's supposed to calm redness and comfort sensitive skin. Let's see, soothing properties. You're supposed to get a lot of moisture. It's $125 for this tiny thing. It looks bigger in the picture, but I saw Jeffree Star do a review, and he put it in his hand, and it was like, boop. $125 for, like, if you were going to use that on your face and body, you would use that up in like a couple uses. That's insane to me. Don't waste your money on that. Sigma Beauty has a new palette out called the Cor de Rosa, which I think I might be butchering that, I'm sorry, which in Portuguese actually means pink, which is super pretty. It's kind of peachy, pinky rosy, I would say. It's a beautiful palette. And then the actual Cor de Rosa shade in the palette has an imprint of a rose in it, and the packaging has roses. I thought this was so gorgeous when I first saw this. And then I saw a video from Jen Phelps. So if you remember Beaut Edition, she now just goes by her name, Jen Phelps. She's a fellow Connecticut beauty blogger. Hi, Jen. And she actually did a video on this, and she goes, have we seen this palette before? And it did not even occur to me. I didn't even make this connection that it's like pretty much a dupe for the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Like a dupe shade for shade. And I had no idea. Like, looking at it, it doesn't make me think of that palette, but I'm going to insert a picture here and tell me if she's wrong, which I don't think she is. I think she's completely right. So Sigma's selling this palette for $49, which I think is actually really steep, because I mean, even ABH, their normal size palettes are less than that. So that's like crazy to me. I've never tried Sigma's formula, so I don't know, it could be out of this world, but ColourPop Sweet Talk palette is $18. And I know people love that palette. So I think, like, if I were to tell you which one to get, I want to just go with the Sweet Talk palette and save your coin. e.l.f. has these new sheer lipsticks, which look so pretty. I love them. I love the way that they look. I love a good sheer lipstick, just something like a nice wash of color that moisturizes the lip. Really, really into that kind of look. If I, again, was in the market for more lip products, I would definitely get this. I'm sad that I can't, but these really look lovely. If you do end up picking these up, please let me know how they are. It looks like the colors show up on all different skin tones, which is really lovely to see, especially for a sheer formula. I'm going to talk about Buxom for I think the first time ever on my channel. So Buxom has a new summer collection out. It's the staycation vibes, and I guess we're all going to be staycationing, right? So this actually looks really pretty. I'm not interested in any of the looks like there's some glosses and maybe some bronzers. Again, I'm not in the market for any of those, but the eyeshadow palette's actually really pretty. It's called the Extrovert eyeshadow palette. It retails for $39. It has matte satin and metallic shades. I kind of like the colors that are in there. There's like a seafoam green, a deeper green, there's like a deeper red in there, a yellow, a white. Actually looks quite nice. I'm surprised. I don't really know. I've never tried anything. I mean, I haven't tried a lot of stuff from Buxom. The only thing I've ever tried are their lip glosses, which are really, really nice. And I'm curious as to how this palette is. I hope someone picks it up and does a review because I think that's actually pretty good. It's a nice, unique, colorful palette. Let's talk about Kosas next. So Kosas, which is a clean beauty brand, they're available at Sephora. I always like have my eye on their stuff and I never pick up anything, but they always look like they have really interesting products. I know that they have a concealer that's supposed to be, it's supposed to function as skincare as well, and I'm really interested in that concealer. But they've actually come out with new bronzers. These are baked bronzers. They have shea butter in them, so you can sculpt, highlight, and give your skin a pop of radiance and warmth with a beautiful golden hour glow. So it looks like there's a bit of shimmer in these. So there's a light, medium, and deep, and the light one looks like very, very light. So I'm wondering if you're fair, how that would come off. And it says to highlight too, so I'm wondering if you have a like deeper complexion, if you could use the light one as a highlighter. Interesting. I think these would be really pretty for the summer when you want a little bit more of a shimmery bronzer. I'm not totally against a shimmery bronzer, particularly in the summer. I just don't want it all year round kind of thing because I don't always go for that look. I prefer a matte bronzer, but that's very curious. It goes for $34. It's a clean beauty brand, so, you know, it gets kind of pricey. Becca has come out with another highlighter, and this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter in Own Your Light, which it's a warm gold highlighter, and it has ultrafine and bright pigments in peach and pink tones. This is a very unique highlighter. I think it's actually super pretty. I loved the Shimmering Skin Perfectors from Becca for highlighters. I had Champagne Pop at one point, and then I have the Year of the Pig one, which is so nice too. Like, I love the way that those highlighters just blend right onto the skin. And this actually looks really pretty. I kind of love that there's like a fieriness to this. I do have a Rituel de Fil, which is like a clean beauty brand highlighter, which has like a fieriness to it. I can't remember what the heck the name of it is. If I remember, like, I'm gonna put it across the screen. So I feel like I already have something like that, but this is actually a really, really pretty color. I'm kind of sad that Becca's releases, like, the only thing to get really hyped up about are just highlighters, though. I want them to do more, I think. I would be really excited if they did more things than just highlighters, because it is a beautiful highlighter, but I don't know, just give us something else. You know, they always do those pretty face palettes. Maybe they didn't need to do like a brand new one. I don't know. The last thing I want to talk about is actually more highlighter, and these are the Dominic Cosmetics skin glosses. So they come in the Prisma palette, but now they have them in individual shades. So you can get them in a bundle for $80 or for each one for $25. And it says that they have hyaluronic acid and they're a cream to powder finish. These look very creamy to me, almost to the appearance that they come off as wet. The textures look very unique to me. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything that's looked like this before. And they look very pigmented on the swatches. I'm wondering if those are so creamy and pigmented that you get that stripe across your face, which I'm not the biggest fan of that look when it comes to highlighter. I prefer my highlighter to, yes, pop and sometimes blind, absolutely, but I don't know if I want a strip, like a different color strip on my face. They're super pretty though. I'm not really in the market for any new highlighters just because I have so many, and honestly, like a highlighter is a highlighter is a highlighter, and how much highlighter can I really put on my face? So I think I'm good on highlighters for the rest of the year. Like I'm definitely not picking any up. I haven't picked up a highlighter since last fall, and I feel very good about that choice. Alrighty, my lovelies, that is it for me today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts about the new makeup releases. And until next time, remember to stay compassionate and chic. Bye!